You know that saying, stop and smell the roses? Do you think it's possible it was made here in Clintonville?
I wouldn't be surprised. We are standing here in the Park of Roses, which is in the center of Clintonville. And Clintonville is all about, sprawling estates and eco-friendly living as well.
And everything in between. Let's go take a tour. Let's check out Central Ohio, explore the city. We'll help you discover the glory and we'll reveal the nitty-gritty. You're joining Laura and Melissa. Hi, I'm Laura.
And I'm Melissa, and today we are in Clintonville.
Isn't it beautiful? I mean, we're talking greenery all around us right here, and we specifically wanted to start this video in the park because Clintonville is wonderful about embracing nature, and we wanted to make sure we give you that first look.
That's right, and before we get started on our tour, please take a moment and hit that subscribe button, smash that bell, give us some likes, comments, all the things.
You can email us too. We want to hear from you. Remember, we are both licensed realtors here in the state of Ohio, so if you're thinking about moving or have any thoughts of just seeing how much your home is worth, shoot us a comment below and we'll be sure to reach out to you directly.
Yeah, what's that email, Laura?
liveincolumbus@gmail.com.
All right, let's get started on our tour of Clintonville.
Melissa, when you think Clintonville, what do you think of? What comes to mind?
To be honest, I think of, very natural people. They probably have some rain barrels in their yard. They have gardens. They probably have compost bins.
A lot of eco-friendly movements here, and what I think of is a community that really supports local. My mom was a small business owner and she would have loved this community. There's an extra special push to support maybe your neighbor's business or the person who started their own thing on High Street over the big box stores.
So Laura, we're going to talk about history, and one of the things I love about making these videos is that I get to learn all these interesting tidbits about the areas that I never knew before.
Yeah, luckily I watched the WOSU series that talks about Columbus neighborhoods, so it fills us in on some of this, but it's awesome knowing how the communities all around Central Ohio came to be. And so for Clintonville, it began with the Wyandotte Native Americans. They were here first.
Yeah, and then in the 1800s, that's when development really started happening, and the government gave the U.S. soldiers land rather than pensions.
A big part of Clintonville history also is the Underground Railroad. It came through here, and one of the biggest stops in Ohio was right here along High Street at a chapel. It's now a funeral home, but back then it was a chapel and it was widely used. This was a stop along 23, and then from that chapel, many people would then continue on towards the Westerville and Worthington area where there were additional underground stops.
So by the early 1900s, residents in Columbus and mostly OSU professors kind of moved north, and they wanted to buy summer homes. So that's when they started moving into that area.
Into the Clintonville area. How crazy is that? We are literally 4 or 5 miles north.
Yeah, we feel
downtown.
very close to downtown.
But for them, this was a long commute, and then you were in your summer home in Clintonville.
That's so funny.
Yeah, it's crazy to think, but I mean, they got bougie with it. Next thing you know, there was an entire amusement park up here with everything you could want. Roller coasters and
the biggest pool in the world at the time.
I know. Canoe rental, and even Columbus's first zoo was right here in Clintonville.
See, that is something I did not know, and I think that's very cool. And yeah, actually, the carousel that is at the Columbus Zoo today is the same carousel that was used at the original zoo.
I love that. They renovated it, shined it up, and now it's still being used today. So it's a neat throwback to what was called Olentangy Park, that entertainment zone right here in Clintonville.
Okay, Laura, so we're in Clintonville. Clintonville really does love their locally owned businesses and shops, and this area is an example of that. So,
yeah, check it out, Wildcat. This is a cute place if you need party supplies, fun gifts. I've gone in there and gotten for the kids. They were with me. We were on a little stroller walk. Those little hand puppets. So they do different crafts and stuff like that. And if you keep walking this way a little bit, this is the winemaker shop. I love this for a date night or a girls' night out. Not only can you buy supplies to brew your own beer or make your own wine, but in the back, you can make your own wine here, and they make the label for you and they let it ferment, and then you have a second date when you come back to pick up your wine.
Oh, fun.
You feeling hungry?
Oh yeah, here's Destination Donuts. And Laura, in our food hall tour video, weren't they in the North Market?
Yeah, they were. So Destination Donuts originally had a location down there, and they outgrew the space. So in that video we made, the food hall tour,
yes,
they may have even been in that video, but it's a great example of how those food halls can give people a launching point to starting bigger and bigger businesses. So now they've opened an actual brick and mortar. Let's go.
And I don't know, it's about lunchtime, so I think it's time for a donut.
Let's do it. Don't these look delicious?
Yum.
And these are not just delicious donuts. From about this point on, these are all vegan. So extra special.
I'm trying to decide what I'm going to get.
Could I pester you with your recommendation? What do you think is the best donut here?
Well, my
favorite
is it here right now, but because we change our flavors every day.
Ah.
So I would probably say the blackout donut, which is like chocolate ganache with Oreo crumbles on top.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
It's usually vegan too. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
So when do we have to come back to try that one?
Well, we usually come in here like on 3 a.m. and that's when they decide what flavors they're gonna do.
Okay.
So it's just kind of like a random everyday kind of thing.
Very cool.
I mean, 3 a.m. Your alarm clock goes off early.
Yes. Well,
Could I get 2 of these? What are these exactly?
Peanut butter banana?
They're the only cake donuts that we have here.
They're what?
Cake donuts, they're called nibblers.
Yeah, let's do 2 of those.
Oh my gosh, I found the one I want. The chai one.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem.
Oh my gosh, now that we've got our sugar rush, we can get some books here at the bookstore. And Melissa, Global Gallery coffee is so delicious. You can see there's a little spot in there where you can buy crafts and gifts, and everything here is fair trade, coffee, arts, gifts, local artists, all of that kind of thing. So I've actually met clients here. It's a good little spot, and another example of how Clintonville really embraces those local spots. Okay, Melissa, we just turned onto North Broadway, and this is an example of some of those homes we were talking about in the center portion of Clintonville. Aren't they pretty?
Yes, they are. Love all the brick and just definitely a historic feel. And I believe, Laura, this is one of those streets too that we'll start to see some of these large homes like that one.
Right.
One of the Catholic schools in the area.
There are a few. That's one of the education options. Also, Clintonville is served by Columbus City Schools.
So this is another ravine area in Clintonville, Walhalla. So that's the street we're on. You can see some houses tucked up there overlooking.
If you look down low, it's a beautiful creek.
Yep.
This is sort of one of those character pieces that we really wanted you to know about Clintonville. It just really has a lot of tucked away areas for taking the kids on a walk, the dog on a walk, or just yourself to kind of be in the middle of the city but enjoy a little peace and quiet. All right, so you're seeing Dough Mama, the Brass Hand. I mean,
oh, isn't Nancy's home cooking
yeah,
here
that's
too?
coming up too. Lots of home cooked meals, really cool places. This is Rag-A-Rama. I'm telling you, when I was at Ohio State, did a little shopping there. It's secondhand clothing, thrift stores, that sort of thing, and that's one of the things you know, Clintonville is really known for, and they take ownership of. This store that you're seeing right now, that's
Antique
furniture,
mall, right?
yeah, an antique mall furniture store, and across the street there are 3 or 4 more. One of them on the other side of the street specializes in mid-century modern, which I love. So I come down here and find some really cute treasures.
But yeah, as you can see, I mean, we're really just on High Street, getting close to campus. We're gonna start going down some of the streets that are showing South Clintonville.
So Melissa, right around this area, there was, for years and years and years, one of the first White Castles. And that restaurant is where a lot of the locals here in Clintonville talk about all of the deals got done. You know, over a couple cent sliders, the mayor would have some of the farmers here talking with some of the business-minded people. They'd have local officials, and there over a sandwich they would hammer out deals that led to the business district, to roads, and to street cars and that sort of thing. We also just passed Harvest, which is one of the awesome local eateries. Have you been there?
I have not. Definitely a place that we've kind of brought up and thought about trying, but we haven't yet. That's the thing about Columbus, there's so many options, so yes. I haven't gotten to my list yet. To see the arches. I think it's the first arch I see. So it says Old North Columbus. Columbus is actually called the Arch City. So these arches kind of go all through Columbus, down High Street. One of the restaurants here that is no longer here was my absolute favorite in college, called the Blue Nile. Oh my gosh, the best Ethiopian food ever.
Oh, it closed?
Yes.
Well,
Lito's Bar.
Definitely, I've had a beer or two
Lito's
at
Lounge.
That was the bar that sponsored my Ohio State intramural softball team.
Oh, very nice. Mine was, well, it wasn't in college, but after college was sponsored by Plank's Pizza on Parsons.
Nice. Jack and Denny's, a little breakfast spot. I'm going to turn left here just to give you an idea for some of the homes here in South Clintonville. This is an example of some of the homes you find in the middle of Clintonville.
Oh,
Really
look at this beautiful park-like setting. Gorgeous. And we are also very close to the Olentangy bike trail that kind of bikes through this area too, which I absolutely love to sightsee as I'm biking. There's that Dutch colonial style that I mentioned earlier.
And Melissa, when we were looking at the recent comps, this central portion of Clintonville, it tends to be the most expensive houses that we've seen selling lately, the highest ticket homes that have sold over the past couple months.
The average home in Clintonville is roughly $400,000. So, you know, obviously there's a huge range, homes above $1 million for sure. Well, and then look at this house, like, look at that massive addition.
Look at the pool.
And like the original home is this Dutch colonial, and then you would never know that that just kept on going. Oh, and here, we gotta show you, there's some gardens right here.
That is not unusual in Clintonville to find gardens in the backyard and in the front yard.
I mean, this little area is really kind of tucked back in here, so secluded from everything, but yet you're very close to the city and the freeways.
Melissa, as we walk through the park here, I'm seeing flower names like Valentine and Children's Hope and Fiesta, and like, I stick with the knockout. Like, I need a flower that almost no one can kill, and I still like, they should call it Laura's Hope roses, like if I planted some. But it is beautiful. I'm glad we got to see the Park of Roses and all of the different parts of Clintonville.
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed our tour today, and definitely subscribe so you can find out what it's all about to live, work, play, and raise a family.
Have they really not done that? Have you guys not subscribed yet? What is happening? Come on, click it. Do the thing. Do the thing. Also, toss a comment below. We truly want to know what little place you would like us to check out next. We like following your lead on what videos you want to see. And also, if you do have some housing needs, remember we are licensed realtors, and we have an email that you can reach out to us a little more directly, because that might be some personal information that you're sharing. So that email is liveincolumbusoh@gmail.com.
See ya.
Bye.